Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of my basket case marketplace ATV. In part 2 we got the engine reassembled and back in the ATV. It actually started and ran quite well, but it smoked really bad. The plan was just to get it out to the farm and ride it around a little bit and give the ring some time to seat and see if that would help the smoking get better or stop altogether, hopefully. I stopped a few times to do temperature check and allow cool down. We ripped on it some more, and the smoking, it just unfortunately never got any better. It was smoking really bad. Now, since we knew that we had a running rideable ATV, we went ahead and did some of the little things like the lower control arm bushings, some maintenance on the brakes and bearings. Also added a choke cable. Now it's time to figure out why this thing is smoking and what we got to do to get it to stop. Okay, so let me just take these off here. And check it out. Now if I put these in here, I mean like there's it's almost like they're the right size. Like when I look at the gap and such, it's fine, but they don't have any, they're just not trying to push out onto the cylinder walls. They're kind of loose and sloppy in there. So I suspect that's the problem. Now, these are the 78.45 rings. Like I said, I know they're the right size because, if you look at the gap when it's in there, if you can see that or not, but that's where it should be. Now, check this out. If I take these, this is the ring, oil ring from this is 79.5. So if I take this one, now obviously when I put that in there, the ring, the end of the rings overlap a little bit, but it actually has, it's like it's expanding out and clinging to the side of the wall, whereas these are just kind of almost loose in there. But that to me has got to be the problem. These things just aren't doing their job just because there's just nothing. They're just barely touching the wall. No pressure on the no outward expansion pressure on the cylinder wall. So I don't know what to do. I just ordered these. All right, so just a quick update here. Did the test drive. Still smoked. Took it back apart. Thought I'd found the problem with the oil ring. The oil rings being very loose. So did that, ran it again, and while the smoking was drastically cut with what I did with the oil rings, it wasn't 100%. Took it back down, inspected the head, make sure it wasn't anything cracked or about everything. I could not reproduce a leak through the head. So with the cylinder still on, you can sit and turn the engine just kind of up and down just a little bit, just to make the piston kind of go like this, and I could see each time it come up and down, it was leaving oil in like streaks. And you can't feel these, and you can't see them. You're gonna have to use a glaze breaker on them. You can't see these marks. After you've run it though, you can actually see some lines, and even though you can't feel them, I think if you can see them, they got to be there. And I think this is what the problem was. So get that out of the way. And so this is what we did. Bought this kit, and came with a new spark plug. Came with a piston. I know nothing about the brands for ATV parts. Piston, rings, pin. I used to be ASE certified parts person for automotive parts. I used to know the business. That's been a long time ago, but ATV parts I know nothing. So, I don't know if this is a good brand or not. It's just something that came up when I was searching. Looked like a good deal. So, this is what we're gonna throw in here. These looks exactly like what I took out. Got really nice cross hatching in there. Looks good. So, camera battery's about to die. So I'm gonna put it on the charger, and I'm gonna get to putting this back together. And I'll have you join back up with me here shortly once this camera's got some more juice. So this is back together enough where it should start. See what happens. Smoking like it was. Running off some assembly lead. that completes test drive number 2. I still have the fuel leaking in the carb, like out the bottom. It's like the weep hole. I have no idea why, unless it's just, I don't know. Seems like it ran okay. No smoke, so that's a bonus. That's a big plus. But I don't know. It's almost like I'm hearing a metal kind of clangy sound in the top end. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's normal. I've never had one of these before, so I don't know. It's a little bit harder to start, but I think that may be just because I got the idle turned down too low. I messed with that yesterday right before I put it in the garage to load today, and it was up too high, so I turned it down. I think it's just too low. I think it's just not getting enough fuel at start. The choke is, I don't know, being weird again. I don't know what's the deal with that, but it's like it doesn't want to come out very far, and then it just pulls itself back in. I don't know. But other than that, seemed pretty good. I've enough confidence now to go ahead and do the take care of the ball joints on the bottom of those struts. The lower ball joints, they're terrible, and you can really feel this thing just kind of pulling you all over the place. So I'd say that's next, and I'm probably just going to order a new carburetor. I don't think this is the right one for this one, for one thing, and I don't know. I modified, I adjusted the float, and it's way better this time. Like last time I did this, I started smelling gas, and I just looked down and it was just gushing gas. This time I stopped and checked a few times. I didn't have gas. I didn't have any gas dripping, but when I pulled up here and stopped, I checked one more time, didn't see anything, and I just shook it, and it goes, you see a few drops come and sizzle on the engine. So it tells me when I'm riding it, moving around, it's definitely dripping. So float may just need a little bit more, because like I said, it's way better than it was, but maybe just needs a little more. But I think I'm just going to get different. I think I'm just going to make sure I have the right carb. I think this carb is too big for this, and so all right, well, that's going to do it for part 3. I guess we may do a part 4 for the ball joints, carburetor, and I may take the valve cover. They don't call it valve cover on this thing. It's like breather cover and the top of the head. I don't know what it is. I may pull that back off, just inspect. I don't know, chain tension. See if I can figure out why. It's usually like at idle, you really don't hear it, but when you start giving it the RPMs kind of start to build, it sounds like something just kind of hitting on something with an end wrench or something. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.